Hello, and welcome back to my channel, Books and Budgets. I'm Ruth, and I am attempting to live a teacher's life and prepare for retirement while budgeting, because like everybody else in the country, my check does not go as far as it used to. So I'm trying to be a good steward of the money that I do have, because I know that I am blessed. I have more than many people in my area. They say teachers don't make much money, and I would argue that's true, especially for the education and the demands. But in my area, teachers make a higher than average salary, most of us. So I just need to be a really good manager of what I have. Anyway, let's get started on this. I don't want to take too much time. It is actually football Saturday, so there are things to watch. This is I've pre-filled out some of the categories, but this is my budget plan for the second half of September for the paycheck that I will get. I'm supposed to get it September 15th, but that's a Sunday, so I probably got it yesterday. I haven't looked. Okay? Yeah, I don't look at my checking account that often. Okay, but let's budget for it before it starts tomorrow. Okay? So, I think I'm going to zoom in for you. So give me just a second. All right, I'm back. I'm budgeting, let's see, that I carry forward $50, which is my normal checking account buffer. I was hoping that this would look a different color than the black. It just barely does. Oh, but wait, this is the plan, so it should be black anyway. Black pen, right here. Okay, so my school paycheck, I am estimating $1,650. Plus the $50 carried forward means I am budgeting with $1,700. Okay, in the second half of the month, I pay a lot of bills because the first half of the month is my mortgage. So one of the bills that I pay is I pay insurance, and I pay it very weird. I have insurance taken. This is for two car insurance, a life insurance. I have them taken out of my savings account, so I put money in, and it serves as a buffer because they all come out at different times, so it serves as a buffer. And then I put the money in. I have $150 taken directly as soon as my paycheck is deposited. My union dues, I haven't had to pay them for the summer. I expect that they are due again. I'll see. And then I transfer $35 to my son for subscriptions that we share. So, and I didn't mention union dues. I budget $35 as well. YouTube TV, I budget $80, and Netflix, I budget $20. My life insurance, I budget $60. That's what. Yep. And my hair appointment, I budget $115. That is not happening until October 10th, but in the first half of the month, I don't have the $115. So I pay for it out of the second half of the month, and I just hold that cash until my appointment. Lawn care, he didn't cut. Oh, wait. When did he come? He came at the very beginning of September. So I imagine I will see him at least one more time again before the end of September. And Peacock Premium, like I said, this is one I used to share with my son, and it was in the $35 that I gave to him, but he was going to have an increase and found out that because I'm a teacher, I would get the discounted rate kind of indefinitely. I just have to reconfirm every year that I'm still a teacher. So I signed up for it. Why not? It's fairly minimal. Yes, I know I have too many subscriptions, but I have some issues with mobility. I have arthritis in both my knees. I'm not going out there and jogging or hiking or even thrifting and going to craft fairs because I can't stand on my legs and that long. So I come home and I watch this. Now, should I work in some exercise or some yoga or some kind of weird thing while I'm watching television, absolutely. I'll work on that. Okay. Moving up to my utilities, my big utilities that I pay in the second half of the month. I budget these two average out at $250. Well, they're probably not going to cost that much. I'm going to do them like this because we should be hopefully past the worst of the summer with the August bill. The September bill, hopefully, and this is actually the October bill. See, I pay them, they're all due in the first half of the month, so I pay them in the second half of the month before. So I'll be paying in September, I will be paying the bill that is due in October. So I'm going to budget them out this way. I'm hoping that we don't use the air conditioning very much and we don't have to turn the heat on yet, so this will be a lot less. Also, if you saw my video about August, my big surprise at the end was that my electric company had returned a deposit. So I have a credit with them that it actually exceeds this amount. So I think I have a $309 credit remaining. I'm hoping it pays most of this month's bill and the next month's bill. But I will put the excess of any of that into savings. So I budget $50 for my water, sewer, and trash. That's with my city. And $125 for T-Mobile. And then, for some reason, I wait till the very end and I transfer the rest of the money that I need for my insurance, another $120. So, adding all of these up, let me make sure, I want to keep everything in frame. Adding all of these up, they come to $1,075, which is, these are pretty much the same charges I had last month at this time, except with the addition of my union dues. So, and they came to exactly $35 more. Okay, $1,700 minus this $1,075 gives me $625 for my variable expenses and sinking funds. Speaking of variable spending, how's everybody doing with their grocery budgets? I've been doing fairly well, but I don't know how. Somehow we're not eating or something. But I'm going to put $200 in groceries, $75 in eating out. That's our normal. I'm going to put only $30 in car and fuel because I don't anticipate that I'm going anywhere this month. It's just work and home, and I live, I think it's about 2 to 3 miles away from my school. So put the usual $20 in entertainment. Now in school, I am going to put $25 because they are pre-selling this year's yearbook, and I always like to buy one of those. I'm not going to budget anything for medical. There may be something spent, but I'm not going to budget anything, and I'll tell you why. I am doing my usual budget. However, as I'm getting ready to close out the first half of September, and as I'm going into the second half, I am having to deal with medical bills. And they're not going to come out of this, I don't think. I think I'll put them over here in the debt section that I haven't been filling out lately. And I have money in a sinking fund, and I have some other things, but I'm thinking I may do a video about trying to budget through medical bills because it's a challenge. It was the challenge that got me to budgeting, is not doing a good job with it in the past, and now it has come up again, and I need to have a better way to do it. So I'm trying something different. Anyway, if you think that might be something of interest to you, if you also face medical bills and knowing how to budget for them, please stay tuned or let me know in the comments, and I will address that in future videos. But for right now, I'm not putting anything right there. Miscellaneous, I'm going to put 25. All of these things, these variable costs, come to, move this up a little bit, $375, which leaves me $250 for savings and sinking funds. Now, I've already written in here that I have my utility sinking fund. I don't budget for it. Neither do I budget for my change roundup, but I do have them usually. So in my actual, we will get to that. All right, bringing this back up here. Make sure. 250. My musts are I have to have $50 for my checking buffer. I have to have 15 monthly to make my tags and taxes at the end next summer for both cars, and I have to have $25 to make my subscriptions for Amazon Prime, although somebody said it's going up. I'm like, great. Amazon Prime and my museum membership. Okay, so if I take out that 90, that's what this is, then I'm left with 160 to prioritize among these. Well, somehow I like the even numbers, the divisible by 25 or something. So I'm going to take 25 of that, 75 of that right here and put it in home maintenance, which is my highest priority. That leaves me 85 more. And I've decided I'm not going to plan on things for my emergency fund. I may just start saving $25 a month, and it may come out of my first paycheck. Just have nice, even numbers going into that. Medical is also a low priority because I have some money coming from somewhere else that I was going to talk about in my next video or my recap videos. But that leaves $80 between these four. And I haven't been able to put $20 into them in a while. So I'm really pleased with that. All of that comes to $250. And if that were all that I had, my zero-based budget would end right here. But in my actual, there's usually dollars and cents and a little bit over. And so I end up putting things down here and closing it out. All right, just 1 minute. That is my planned budget for the second half of September. I'm a little bit in shock that it's already here and we will be looking at October next. But this is fairly close to what my normal budget is. I'm just kind of keeping it to where I'm budgeting for the things that I plan. There will be some additional things in here, I'm sure. As I said earlier, it's football Saturday. Please let me know in the comments if you have a college football team that you support. I am in the middle of the country and I graduated from the University of Arkansas. So I am backing the Razorbacks. Go Hogs, Woo Pig Sooie. Last week they played Oklahoma State University, which is also a university that I attended and one that a lot of my family graduated from. So I was kind of torn, but I backed my Razorbacks. They led the entire game and then lost right at the end in overtime. It was heartbreaking. So tell me what team is breaking your heart this week, and I'm going to try and get a couple more videos shot this weekend. That worked really well last weekend so that I was able to keep posting through the week and trying to get back into the swing of things. I will talk to you soon. Go Hawks.